So we reached the end of day one of our motorcycle trip across the Himalayas through India. We didn't actually get to ride today. We just took a car from New Delhi, which is the place we landed in from our international flight, to a place called Shimla, which is about 5,000, 6,000 feet up in the Himalayas here. It was a 9-hour drive. My butt is extremely sore, and I haven't even started riding yet. But gave us a good taste for how Indians drive, and they always say that the first rule of driving in India is that there are no rules, and they are most definitely right. People have what one might say blatant disregard for all traffic signals and lanes. If there's space for 5 people on a 2-lane highway, then 5 people will fit, and if there's space for 4 people, 5 people will still fit. So, should be interesting actually riding tomorrow. But had some delicious lunch, love the people. It's been a fun 12 hours, lots of interesting things to see here, and looking forward to riding tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so these are our motorcycles we're going to be riding for the next 2 weeks here. These are Royal Enfield 500cc engine. They are quite nice bikes. We have Freespirit Adventure here. They are actually fuel injected, which is surprising, so no carburetor. And we're running about 32 horsepower, I believe. And this is going to be quite an awesome trip. This is my dad and Peter getting ready for the ride, with our mechanic who's going to be saving our asses for the next 2 weeks.
I've been riding Sleep for the last, I don't know, 30 kilometers. I'm probably going to end up riding the entire rest of the trip because between Peter and Abba, I'm kind of still moving through. But on the bright side, Peter's foot got fixed. He kept falling, and I kept thinking he was ridiculous. And then I switched with him, and I realized he didn't really have a clutch.
Motorcycle trip in India here, and this is the first day we actually got to ride, and wow, it was quite an experience. Like I was saying yesterday, the #1 rule of riding in India is that there are no rules. We started out in Shimla, the town we stayed the night at, and on our way out of town we almost got hit more than a couple hundred times, but that's just how it works. You honk when you're going around a corner, you honk to say hello, and you honk when you're praying you're not going to die. Then we got out of Shimla. The ride was fantastic. Actually, as soon as we got out of Shimla, I noticed that Peter's bike, Peter's the 3rd guy on our trip here, aside from my dad, our guide and I, and I noticed his bike was stalling a lot, and I assumed that he just wasn't, riding very well, and I ended up switching with him and realized his clutch was gone. So we had about a half hour of riding with no clutch. That was fun. Then we pulled over for lunch, got the clutch fixed up, and continued on our way. Ended up on a 7,000 foot mountain pass with full 7,000 foot drops on each side. It was absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And then we continued on. Peter had a flat tire, so Peter's bike really is just an all-star vehicle. And I think about 7 hours later, we arrived to our next destination after half an hour of riding in the dark. My niece and I had fun on the ride, doing a little bit of twisty work, and we got to go through some really gorgeous roads, got some really nice pictures. It was a wonderful first day. Absolutely love riding here. Absolutely love the people. Looking forward to day 2. We're going to visit a monastery tomorrow, and then do a nice short little ride up to our next site, which is going to be a campsite on top of a mountain. So yeah.
That's not that bad. I don't know what people are on about. This is super easy. Just clutch in and use your brakes. That's what they're there for, huh? All of this on a Royal Enfield. Not exactly what you call a dirt bike, but hey, if it works, it works. And so far, it works.
Okay, so we have reached the end of day 3 here, day 2 of actual riding, and I'm going to do this video walking around because there is way too much awesomeness about this campsite to spend it sitting around. We have got a tent campsite that we reached after about 5 hours of riding on roads that were barely even roads, I mean more like dirt trails, with 5,000 foot drops on either side of us. And we came down this windy little path after a long tiring ride. My dad got a flat tire. My bike's still been a gem, which is great. And yeah, we came down this road and we dropped into heaven here. Even though it's only 5, it's already dark. It's been raining all day here. We finally got a patch of sun. Riding in the rain was lots of fun. Kind of turned the roads into rivers. Actually, that was where my dad did get his flat tire, when it was pouring rain, of course. Couldn't miss out on the fun there. And yeah, we have this adorable and perfectly functional little tent, which I will take over a hotel any day. Even has a bathroom attached. Who'da thunk?
let's let them catch up. Not bad. I want to go back and tape the guys crossing. China border, is that right? Yeah. Closest town to the Indo-China border. The road stops where? Shitko? And is that right over there? Where is this from? This is the end of the road. This is the end of the road as we know it. Right there. Stop at 7 kilometers west of the actual border, but there are no roads and nothing in between. It's 5:30 at the end of day 4, day 3 of riding motorcycles here in India. As you can see, we're still in the same campsite that we were in last night, and that is because due to, what was it? Permits?
Didn't get permit.
Yeah.
The permit office was
it was
closed.
Krishna? Was it Krishna's birthday?
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it was one of the deities here, Krishna's birthday today, so the permits that we needed to go further north were unavailable because the permit office was closed to honor his birthday. So instead of moving on to the next town like we were planning on, we did a day ride up to the furthest point in the furthest drivable point in India before you get to Tibet. We drove up about an hour north, crossed over a couple of little rivers and streams, got videos of that. That was fun.
We went to a village.
We drove up an hour north to the furthest village north, the furthest northern village in India. Delightful little village, lovely ride. Coming back to the same great tent, got to ride in the rain, which was fun. Again, got to ride in the truck. We went out to the market, a little 20-minute ride in the back of an open pickup. All sorts of fun there. Got some good chocolate. Looking forward to another dinner. They don't serve Indian food here because the camp is oriented towards delicate white people. So they serve continental breakfasts and continental dinners, which is okay. But looking forward to some more good Indian food tomorrow. And so we've reached our destination, our next hotel at the end of day 5 here on our India motorcycle trip. It is a hotel in the village of K something. Still can't remember. We are nestled right up in the Himalayas. There is a gorgeous set of mountains. This is the look. This is the view from our balcony here, and our balcony looks like that. So lovely view here. We are up at 10,000 feet here. 10,000 plus actually, 10,200 here. Haven't felt the altitude since yesterday. Still dealing with that well. Pretty relaxed ride today. I only did 30 kilometers, backtracked a lot, and then continued on. Some of it was fun though. I had a lot of tarmac to dirt to bumps, tarmac to dirt to bumps, so it was really fun. You could just open the throttle up, stand up, and go. The first part of the day, I actually got to just take off and do my own thing because my dad and Peter had blackmailed my niche into riding nice and slowly with them, so my patience only extended so far. Got to take off for the first part of the day. That was fun. Had a delicious lunch here in the town we're at, which is actually the capital of the Pradesh, the county, state, you can call it. So nice relaxed ride. Tomorrow we're going to be staying here. Another day, going to go for a hike in the mountains. Should be fun. Get to see some of the surrounding villages. You can actually see snow on these mountains, so we're definitely gaining elevation, getting closer to our final destination. And looking forward to the rest of the trip. Okay, so you can see all the way over there in the distance. There's Manish, Peter, and my dad riding. I've been here for about 10 minutes just waiting for them, but I found this gorgeous place to stop and this gorgeous stretch of road, so, you know, figure I may as well take advantage of it. We have this road and then we have this drop. And you just hope you don't fall. And that's how it works here. Really nice day today. A little bit of cloud cover, not too much sun.
that drop, I'm saying, oh, well, I'm saying 1,000 meters. Maybe.
1,000 meters?
Yeah, I'd give it that. Let's see how long that thing takes to hit the ground.
Kilometer drop.
Yeah.
Superhuman strength. Peter throws a rock. 1 kilometer.
Yeah.
Maybe not 1 kilometer.
Do you hear it?
Oh, you'll never hear it.
I don't think I'll hear it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long fucking drop.
Howdy.
They just demolished half a cliffside. Oh, I really hope they do more. So we're going through the area that just got demolished by dynamite. Right now they're clearing more from the road after they demolish.
So, today we finished a 180-kilometer ride. We started at 11 and just got here, so took a good few hours. Saw a lot of changes in scenery, had a lot of fun riding. Got to take off by myself, take off with Manish, then ride sweep for some of it, which was okay. Got some really nice pictures, really nice videos, gorgeous scenery. We got to watch a road demolition happen, which was kind of awesome. Saw them actually detonating the dynamite, making the road from 1 lane into 2, so that was a lot of fun. Okay, so I forgot to do a video for yesterday again, but luckily I remembered, and it is 6 o'clock on the morning of the 8th. We have a long day ahead of us, but that is something you will get to hear about in tonight's video, if I don't pass out before I get there. So yeah, yesterday. Yesterday was a nice, easy ride. We only had 80 kilometers. But in those 80 kilometers, my dad's right foot peg came loose, and he had to stop, and he had to ride passenger with me up a long, winding road to a monastery, which was always fun. Passenger is on a 25 horsepower bike. It actually did surprisingly well. Didn't burn the clutch out, and it had enough power to get us there. So really not too bad at all. Got to see a couple of gorgeous old monasteries. Really good breakfast too at a German bakery. Who knew they had them here? Really good breakfast. Yeah, got to see one monastery in the town we were at in Tabo. Drove to about 20k to another monastery which was 1100 years old. Got a tour of the monastery from the monk who was running it for 25 cents. Not bad. And got to see some gorgeous over 1,000-year-old tapestries and paintings that had either been left or refurbished. Got to hear some nice history from the monk. So yeah, that was yesterday. Got into a nice pretty little hotel here in Kaza. Started raining when we got here. Nothing too eventful in the evening. A lot of reading. Went to bed early because we had to be up at 5:30 because we are supposed to be leaving now. Because we've got a long day up to 14,500 feet today. And then back down to 10. So we'll see how it goes.
Cows everywhere. There's a herd of cows with a bear. Interesting. Man, I love this road. Easy. Nice and easy. There you go, you're good. Nice. Let's see how Manish does. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh. I'm coming, sir. Here we go. Nice big water crossing for us.
Really crazy long day today. Really tired. It was nuts. Got up on the road, started at 7, got here at 5. Lots of crazy things happened. We did a 14,500 foot pass. The way up was actually super short and super easy. We found a gorgeous Buddhist monastery at the very top of the pass. Got some nice pictures there. So the way up was easy, no drama there. But on the way down, we came across herds of sheep, goats, yaks, everything you can possibly imagine was in our way. But most importantly of all, water. We had 5 or 6 of the hardest water crossings that our guide Manish had ever seen. I managed to get through 5 of the 6 of them without getting my feet wet. But there was one that did not happen for. The passing was a good 2 feet deep and went on for about 50 meters, and there was absolutely no way to get through without putting your feet down. So we all got our feet wet, and 2 of them got stuck and had to be pushed out by Manish and I, which was lovely. Got our feet nice and wet there. Freezing cold water, dear Lord, it was so cold. So I got a lot of fun videos on that. Peter's clutch officially kicked the can. Props to him for managing to get through the water crossings today with no clutch. But yeah, just absolute blast. We had 90k of just rocks and boulders and water, and it was absolute blast. And the water crossings were a lot of fun, even the one that I had to put my feet down and get wet on. So really fun day, really tired. Tomorrow's going to be a nice and easy day. Only 80k as opposed to today's 195k. So that'll be nice and easy. It is going to be a lot of elevation gain tomorrow, but I think we'll be okay with that. So, see how it goes.
See if I can make it through here without getting wet. Kind of skeptical. Oh, damn, he's stuck. There you go. You know what I do. First gear, we're good. rocking. Go. More water. That's right. Oh, this is a joke. It's nothing. Uh-oh. Don't speak too soon. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yay. Okay, this is getting rocky. Woo! Hell yeah. No? Agua. 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 And agua. Oh. Wow. Nice! There you go. Woo! Oh, mud.
So it's the end of day 9 of our motorcycle trip here in India. I'm going to do this video on the move again because once again we have a absolutely fantastic camp this time. We're here in Sarchu at 14,500 feet. I don't feel the altitude at all, and we are inside this gorgeous tent here. We're here in Sarchu. Really nice and high. Got a bathroom and everything attached to our tent. It is fantastically beautiful outside as well as in. We have the rest of the camp over there. Glorious mountain ranges all the way around. We had a really nice short day of riding today. Only about 100 kilometers, 95 of 100 kilometers. We crossed over a 16,800 foot pass today, so up really high, but again, didn't feel the altitude at all. Had just absolutely fantastic roads coming up. So really fun, lots of speed, that was great. Good roads on the way down. Roads got a little bit more choppy, but still lots of fun. Rocks, water, the whole 9 yards. A lot of fun. Stopped off just after the summit to grab some chai, and also found a little shop that sold yak wool shawls, blankets. Tomorrow we have an obscenely long day, 250 kilometers over broken up roads, going over 3 mountain passes, the highest of which is 17,600 something feet. So going to be a lot of altitude tomorrow. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. We're going to end up in Leh, which is down low again, and prep for our summit day tomorrow, up to 18,400 and something else. So yeah, great day. Gonna head to sleep early tonight and get ready to be up at 5 tomorrow to ride. Okay, so once again, I am 12 hours late on making this video. I was too tired / I forgot last night. But that's okay. This will be a video on day 10 of riding on our trip here. Second to last day. Yeah, 12 hours late, but luckily yesterday was just burned into my memory like nothing else. I got up at 6, started riding at 7, didn't get here until 7. Yeah, that's right. So 12 hours of riding, did 250 kilometers. That's an average speed of about 20 kph. That was the most brutal 20 kph I've ever ridden. It was ridiculous. The day actually started out pretty well. Had some really fun roads, nice switchbacks going up. Not too cold. About 20 Fahrenheit. Not too bad, got nice and dressed up. So first part of the day, really nice, got some switchbacks up a mountain, switchbacks down a mountain, pretty nicely paved. Made a fool of myself trying to overtake a couple of the guides. It was good times. Then, second part of the day started getting a little more rough. We had a really nice stretch kind of in the middle there of about 40 kilometers where it was just perfectly paved roads. In a dead straight line on a plateau in the middle of the desert, which was fantastic. Opened it up, maxed the bike out at about 120 kilometers an hour, which is about, 65? Bikes are not built for speed, but yeah, that was fun. But then as soon as we started going up for the third and final mountain pass, we did 2 passes in the first part of the day, which were 15,000 and 16,000 feet respectively. As soon as we started going after the third one, things started getting ridiculous. I mean, we've been riding for 6 hours, we were starting to get tired. It started hailing on us as we're making our ascent, which was quite an experience. Stopped, got all dressed up, was still freezing and soaked. Hail was like the size of pennies. It was massive. Thank God for helmets. So yeah, that was an experience. Got up to the top, hail let up, which was nice. Took a couple of pictures, tried to breathe. We were up at 17.2 or something, so really thin air up there. Second highest pass in the world. Second highest motorable pass, rather, sorry. So yeah, then we started our descent. By this point, I was exhausted. Everybody else was exhausted. We've been riding for almost 8 hours. And we had fun. We had fine roads going down the mountain, but we were all too tired to enjoy them. So yeah, I took an hour break just before we got to Leh, and then did the last bit. I was standing for 90% of the last hour of riding just because my butt was way too sore to sit. We got here, passed out for a little bit, had dinner, and then caught up on Wi-Fi. Even though I did get up at 2 a.m. last night to do my registration for my classes for this coming semester, which was a really rude awakening, pun intended, as to the fact that I am starting school in a few days. As soon as I get back, gonna be a nice little marathon. But yeah, today has been nice and relaxed. Obviously, it's the morning of day 11 of riding here, so day 12 of our trip. We're gonna do our final summit today. Gonna be a super easy ride. Not gonna be able to breathe, but that's okay. Who needs to breathe? Yeah, no. Should be a fun summit day today, and packing up the bikes onto the truck, having a nice little celebratory dinner. Going to pick up some presents here in Leh. There's actually a market here. This is actually a town instead of just like a 20-person village. So going to have a nice relaxed day today and fly out tomorrow morning. Should be fun.
Is this a demolition or a rock slide? Rock slide. Pretty good sized rock slide.
Watch the
That
cliffs.
That would suck. What happened to Eitan? Oh, well, he survived the motorcycles, but he got hit by a cliff.
So tomorrow when we go to, he will drop us at the departures at United. Tell him just to drop us at United. I think it's United or Lufthansa.
It will be Lufthansa. We're going to Frankfurt and you in Frankfurt.